watching CI Living, at home in your community.
While their initial list of the 5 best films of the year consisted of high-profile features, film critics Chuck Koplinski and Pam Powell want to draw attention to some smaller, under-the-radar movies that were among the year's best. Features you would do well to seek out. Chuck and Pam are back now. All right, so we're talking best small-budget movies. Let's start with one of Pam's choices, Coda.
Coda actually stands for Children of Deaf Adults. And this is written by Sean Hayter and stars Amelia Jones as Ruby, a young girl whose parents and brother are all deaf, working in a fishing village. She is hearing, and she's got aspirations of becoming so much more than what she is. And she is pulled and pushed in 2 different directions as she's helped by a teacher to be able to fulfill her dreams of being a singer. This is a wonderful film about family and love, as well as fulfilling your own aspirations.
I actually caught this one.
Oh, you
Loved
did?
it. I thought it was fantastic.
The young lady, Amelia Jones.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes, so really good. Okay, was that based on a true story?
No.
No? Oh,
could be, though.
It would have been great if it had been. Okay, Chuck, up next, No Sudden Move.
No Sudden Move. One of my favorite filmmakers, Steven Soderbergh, made this, and it debuted on HBO Max, and it is one that would have been an awards contender had they promoted it correctly. Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro are 2 thugs who, well, they got a simple job. They need to go babysit this family while the father of the family goes and gets something they need. Well, in movies like this, these simple jobs, they're never simple, and it all falls apart. And these 2 guys go out to figure out just what happened, and they uncover vast corporate fraud and a conspiracy that has a very far reach. This is one that always kept me guessing, and I never knew where it was going, and a great surprise cameo at the end on HBO.
I love that one, too.
All right, The Killing of 2 Lovers.
This is another one that has flown under the radar. You love this one, too. It's written by Robert McCoyne and stars Clayne Crawford as David, a young man who has a young family, and he's trying very hard, desperately, to pull his family back together as his wife is pushing him away. This is a gritty drama that feels like you are a fly on the wall watching this. Extraordinary performances as the father and the kids are together. You feel like you are a part of this family. Gritty, heartbreaking, and devastating.
I love that you all are agreeing on all of your movies so far. This is crazy.
And it was fantastic.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let's talk together.
Together. Talk about a timely film. This is with two actors I like, James McAvoy and Sharon Horgan. They're a couple who are splitting apart, but they are brought back together by COVID. They have to quarantine in order to take care of their son. And this is more like a play, and they talk directly to the viewer about all that's going on, all they're feeling about each other, and all that they're dealing with as far as the stress of the whole COVID situation. This one, I hope, will be something that we refer back to in years as a historical record, because it really captures the anger and the angst that everyone was feeling during this moment. This was a genuine surprise.
Smart. Super
Very smart film.
Okay, your top 3 is now we're rounding it out with number 3, Mass.
Fran Kranz writes and directs this film for the first time and brings together an ensemble cast, 4 people and Dad, Martha Plimpton and 2 other people to sit down. These 2 couples sit down to talk about losing their sons due to a mass shooting at a school. Unfortunately, one of those sons was the shooter and the other son was the victim. Devastating performances.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Timely. A movie we shouldn't have to watch, but we need to.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
No, I love that you all are so emotionally invested in these movies. It makes me really want to learn a little bit more about them. Okay, The World to Come.
The World to Come. World to Come snuck out last spring, was under the radar. Casey Affleck and Catherine Waterston, they play a couple who are on the American frontier in the mid-1800s. Awful hard every day. They're trying to have a baby, no success. The weather's horrible. What about the crop? They're incredibly lonely. But then another couple moves in down the road, and the relationship that they hope to strike up, the friendship they hope to strike up that will alleviate the isolation, it's not quite what they think it will be. This one surprised me throughout. I know Pam wasn't a fan of it, but it just took me to a place. It does what good movies do for me. It transported me to this place, and I was with these people for a good 90 minutes. No, I was glad that I was.
Okay, I'm going to put you both on the spot here. If you had to use one word to describe the movies of 2021, what word would you use?
Angst. There was a lot of angst when you go back and look at it. I mean, and that's why I like films. When they pick up on what we're feeling. Even though they are made ahead of time from when they are released, I think that there was a lot of angst, a lot of anxiety in many of them.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think of the word ensemble because there were so many ensemble casts this time, because some of these movies were made during COVID and had to capture the art of storytelling and not rely on everything else, those huge productions. So to me, that's what 2020 was.
Well, there you go, because it was such a challenging year for actors and people in the arts.
Across the board.
Yeah. All right. Well, lots of great movies that we have got to check out, and we appreciate you sharing those with us. You can see Chuck and Pam's full list of their top lists of whether it's a great movie you need to check out or a small budget flick that maybe you missed and need to revisit. We'll have all that at CILiving.tv.